90.3 FM. Yes, 10:45 a.m. is the time, and I am back here because you're there. Of course, in case you don't know, today is the 16th day in the month of June 2025. My name is Jude Ikami Jude. Now, let me let you know that I have my guest just right here. My guest will be delving on some of these stories back to back. A couple of stories he needs to, touch on, being a historian, being a writer, and of course, he's been in the media for a couple of years. And then just recently, he bagged, I don't know if I should say, he's now, his name wasn't mentioned by Tinubu just a few days ago as those persons who are supposed to be given special respect, special regards, in the nation. But then he has been in the front line, in the battle of these, in the battle to make Nigeria a better place. He's been doing this, with the papers, in the papers, he's been doing these on the television in Nigeria. He's been doing this on radio in Nigeria. I mean, he's just been in the airwaves for a couple of years now. All right. Well, in case you don't know, he is a man after God's own heart. I know why I'm saying this. Yes, you will get to understand every little bit of what I am telling you. But before I get to introduce this personality, I would like you to understand that one of the reasons why I am doing this is because he has done a whole lot in Nigeria. Now, let me just get to give you a little breakdown of this man. I don't know if I can go this journey this morning, but then Peter Anosike is here. Peter Anosike is here. I will give you a breakdown of his journey much later. But then, today, I want to announce to you that Peter Anosike is now a doctor. All right? Peter Anosike has a doctorate degree, and we can now refer to him as Dr. Peter Anosike. And of course, henceforth, I will now refer to him as Doctor. Okay? And of course, I want to say a very big congratulations to him. Friday, he was somewhere in Ghana, to pick up his, what do they call it? What do they call it again? His, is it certificate? It's an honor.
Investiture that was done in Ghana, and the certificates were
given.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you, Peter Anosike.
Thanks.
Yes. Everyone, we want to say congratulations to Peter. What's the middle name again? You mentioned it.
Onyedika. That's Onyedika is the Igbo name for Michael. Michael means who is like God. So Onyedika means who is like God.
Wow, that's nice. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Peter Anosike, Dr. Peter Anosike. Exactly. The news, the control room should have it there immediately, as quickly as possible. Yeah. Dr. Peter Anosike is a person I'm going to be having this conversation with just today. I want to say I am so proud of you. I want to say I've learned a whole lot from you. I want to let you know how important you are to me personally. I want to let you know how pleasant it is speaking with you and sharing ideas with you. I want to let you know that one hasn't come to you for one or two ideas and you don't give it to him. Well, basket full of ideas, Knowing you is a courage to me. Knowing you is a blessing to me. Knowing you is something good, you know. An instance where my family begin to ask, how is Peter Anosike? And I tell them, oh, he's fine. And they know how important, because people just don't ask me about another person if the person is not so important to me. Peter Anosike, you've done a whole lot for me and for other persons, directly or indirectly. You've been in the struggle to make Nigeria a better place. You alongside Sowore, alongside what's this man's name again? A whole lot of them. You've been in the struggle. You know, you've been in the forefront, in the front line, fighting to make this nation a better place, and you've not stopped doing that. No wonder all of your books will attest to the fact that you have been a great man in the struggle, like I said. And each line you drop in any of in all of your books goes to show that you have been there helping the nation, brain-wise, academically, morally, financially also, and otherwise. Yes. I remember the day you went out and a couple of persons met you, and they were surprised when somebody called Peter Anosike. They gathered together. They gathered from east, west, north, and south, and you were forced to release money from your pocket.
No, I happened to be in a bank.
Okay, it was a bank.
I was in a bank.
Oh, yeah. So, Peter Anosike, words fail me, seriously, to say, to let you know how happy I am today. You know, it's not an easy one, being a doctor, but God bless you, sire. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Keep on being good, keep on doing the best, and posterity will bless you. God himself would remember you and your children for all you've been doing for me, for VOPFM, for listeners, for friends, and everyone. God bless you. Dr. Peter Anosike. Okay, let's delve into the issues today. See, I am just flabberwhelmed and overgasted. Okay, flabbergasted and overwhelmed. Oh, God. Okay, you wouldn't understand. That's why I'm just trying to...
Are you afraid now?
It is... Peter Anosike, leave me. Okay, let's delve into the matter today. I am going to play this audio. All right? I did that this morning, and that's where we'll begin the journey. Take a listen to this. I will be right back.
And people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? General Abacha famously said that if an insurgency lasts for more than 2 days, the government knows. That is the real and the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. 1 or 2 who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So don't joke with what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authorities of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Badaya?
No, current. No, they said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. And they are not looking for money. They have more than enough money. In fact, he told me they just came back from one of the Middle East countries in private jet, full of ammunition and dollars.
Did they tell you, Dr. Badaya, why they would want to cause civil war in 2022?
Yes, so that they can continue in power.
The senior pastor of Omega Fire Ministries, Apostle Johnson Suleiman, has called on the people of the state to rise in self-defense following the persistent herdsmen attacks on the communities. On the other hand, another pastor, senior pastor of House on the Rock Church, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, has joined the growing voices condemning the recent mass killings in Benue State, describing the tragedy as both heartbreaking and unacceptable. I want to put all of these issues together quickly. Those are two pastors speaking as regards what is happening in Benue State. And then I'll cap it up with what Peter Obi has said. Peter Obi has criticized President Bola Tinubu for not visiting Benue State amidst the incessant killings. Obi claimed it showed Tinubu does not value human lives. He pointed to incidents in India and South Africa as examples of what good leaders, can do when tragedy happens. There has been widespread outrage over Tinubu's response to over 200 people being massacred by herders in Benue State. Peter Anosike, let's get to you now. All of these happening in Benue State. Let's add let's put together what Adefarasin said, what Apostle Johnson Suleiman said, what Obadiah, the revelation of Obadiah Melafia gave before he died, and then what Peter Obi is saying. What would you make of all of these statements, and of course what has been happening in Benue State?
Well, the truth is that what is happening in Benue did not start today. It did not start yesterday. It has been there for a long time. But those in power are covering it. They know what's happening. They know what they can do, but they don't want to do it. Before I walked into this studio, I read a report by Boname Tinubu telling the governor of Benue State to reconcile. I want to quote what the caption said, to reconcile the warring communities. Understand me? The warring communities, which is a deception. What is happening in Benue is not one community fighting the other. It is not one community fighting the other. So Tinubu telling Governor Andia to reconcile the communities is to deceive the public, is to deceive Nigerians. It is not one community versus the other. It is not a communal warfare that is going on in Benue State. It is land grabbing by the Fundanese. That is what is happening in Benue State. When the Agatu killing happened, I was in the NGO that the governor, then Samuel Autumn, invited to Agatu to inspect what happened. Understand me?
Of course.
I was in the NGO, that is a right monitoring group, RMG.
Okay.
So we visited Agatu when Samuel Autumn was the governor, and we saw what happened. Agatu was like Gaza. All the over 100 buildings were completely burnt down. And the communities were completely, those in the community were sacked. Up to today, nobody was arrested for the massacre in Agatu, for the mayhem in Agatu. That was under Samuel Autumn.
Autumn.
Understand? And he did everything to. Samuel Autumn was bold enough to call a spade a spade. Samuel Autumn said that it is the Fulanese that are attacking Benue people. That the Fulanese are responsible for what is happening in Benue. Understand me? And that was why Buhari and the Autumn fought until the end of the administration.
Okay.
So now Tinubu saying that Governor Andia should reconcile the warring communities. There's no community that is fighting the other in Benue. Fulanese want to take over all the land in Plateau and Benue State. And from there, they will extend it to Kogi.
Okay.
So it is arranged already. And they know all the truth. About 3 months ago, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, visited the Benue State. It was on a Friday. After his visit on a Friday, he threatened the fire and the brimstone. On Monday, the people struck again. So they are not showing any respect to anybody. And why is this thing happening? Because some people in power are protecting them.
Okay.
Some people in power are protecting them. I have said it over, and I'll keep on saying it. Until the Fulani herdsmen are disarmed, government has no readiness to tackle insecurity. Because herdsmen are not entitled to have ammunition. They're not entitled to have AK-47. Understand me? Cattle rearing is a profession. So if herdsmen are having AK-47, then the people that are cutting timber in Ondo are also entitled to their own AK-47 because they also operate in the forest. Wild animals can attack them. But why should you arrest somebody doing having timber as a business, arrest him for carrying an AK-47, and you leave that's a herdsman? So for me, government is protecting these people. They know all the problem, but they don't want to solve it. They know what is happening, but they don't want to solve it. And if government don't have a hand in this, it will not have lasted up till now. Because Boko Haram was formed, became violent in 2009 when their founder Yusuf was killed. But they have been there from 2002 in Kanuri doing their farming. Understand? So the Fulani, the herdsmen in the 70s, 80s, they just carried their stick and a knife, a dagger. That's the herdsmen that we know. Understand me? But now giving them or pretending that you don't know that they are carrying assault rifles is wrong. So until government begin to disarm them, what is happening will not end. And from Benue, they will extend to other parts of the states. They are already in Enugu State because Benue and Kogi has boundaries with the Enugu State. So that's why you are hearing incessant killings in Ozone 1 area of Enugu
State.
So, and Zeke said that it is only a madman that will confront somebody with a gun. That's what Nnamdi Azikiwe said, that it is only a madman that will confront somebody with a gun. So, giving them guns, you have already given them advantage. That's why farmers are no more going to their farms. Traveling from one state to the other is now a problem because they use their gun at will. They can just see a vehicle on the highway and begin to shoot them. So what Obadiah said that they have unlimited access to bullets is true, because they use their guns anyhow, and this is happening. Understand me? And the police will see somebody, a driver, ask, where is your license? And you see somebody carrying that's AK-47. You will not ask, do you have the right to use this? So this is a preference of an ethnic group over the other.
But this idea of the president, not calling on state of emergency in Benue is long overdue. People have said, even up until now, the president's words is really not, for some persons, is really not bringing about peace in Benue State. It's just the normal mere statement, according to some people. IG should take over these, the military should do these and that and that. There is nothing concrete as to, okay, go and fish these guys out and kill them immediately, or declare a state of emergency, all of that. It's just still these petty words we hear them saying as regards Benue.
Well, I remember about a month ago when the president said that he has issued a marching order to the service chiefs in Plateau State. I said within a month, the president will also issue another marching order, because all these are mere rhetorics, mere words, no action.
Okay.
No action. Now he has called on the governor of Benue now. Today is the 16th. Before July 16th, he will still repeat the same statement, either in Benue or in Plateau or in Kogi, because these people are moving from one state to the other. They are moving from one state to the other. Then why should you give cattle business preference over the other businesses in the country? So when they get to Aso Rock, it will be as if their brain has been rejigged. They will begin to think differently. Imagine what Rotimi Amechi is saying now, compared to what he said when the 8 years he was there as the Minister of Transportation. When Rotimi Amechi was asked, why are we not having speed trains in Nigeria? Rotimi Amechi said that cows cross the rails. Therefore, it's not safe for Nigerians to have speed trains. He did not mention human beings. He said cows. That's what Rotimi Amechi said, that cows are crossing the rail. He didn't even say that human beings. So he prefer human beings being killed to cows. Human beings can be killed, but cows shouldn't die. That's why, because of cows, Nigeria will continue using trains that were used in 18-something. So when they get to Aso Rock, they will develop their brains will be scrambled. So, and for me, I'm disappointed the way that Tinubu is thinking as we speak. Understand? Because with his exposure, he's not supposed to be thinking this way. With his exposure, he's not supposed to be thinking. He's supposed to behave very, very differently from Buhari. But now he is behaving the way Buhari behaved for 8 years.
And one will want to ask, why is leadership the way it is in Nigeria? For instance, in India, after a plane crash killed nearly 200 people, the Prime Minister was physically at the scene within hours. In South Africa, when floods claimed about 78 lives, the president went personally to the affected communities, stood with them and took responsibility. But in Nigeria, it's different.
That shows you how we value human beings. That shows you how we value human beings. Understand me? I keep on saying the number one responsibility of any government is protection of life and property. That is the number one. And any government that is not doing that has failed. Any government that is not doing that. So in terms of security, Tinubu has failed. And I'm not seeing him arresting this issue even in the near future because the capacity is not there. The
president doesn't have the capacity?
The capacity is not there. If the capacity, assuming that there's capacity, we cannot begin to talk about political will. Understand? Because capacity must precede political will. But the capacity is not there. And when there's no capacity, there will be no political will. Understand? It's just like you have, when you don't have money in your pocket, you cannot think of what to buy. Understand me? So, he has no capacity to handle this issue. And the more election draws near, the more this insecurity goes higher. Because whenever election is coming near, there's always increasing tension.
Okay.
So what we are seeing now is going to increase in many folds.
Let me say this. Do you think, honestly speaking, do you think it is high time Nigerians defend themselves? Not even in Benue alone, all over the country. Because the way it is, it's like everyone is, the government is just facing the business of currently 2027, the election. No one is talking about the lives of Nigerians being killed, even secretly in the bushes and all of that. Do you honestly think that at this point, Nigerians should defend themselves? Look at the issue of state police that they mentioned earlier. No one is talking about state police any longer. So that's why I'm asking you. Do you think that we should defend ourselves now?
Well, for me, that's WHO, World Bank Organization, said that out of every 4 Nigerians, 1 is mad. Understand me? That we have over 50 million mad people in Nigeria. So imagine if Nigerians if everybody begins to carry arms. So I don't know what it will turn out to, because in America, before you go there to buy arms, there's a mental evaluation.
Okay.
That's to make sure that you are in the right frame of mind, and that you are of age. So I cannot advocate for Nigerian defending themselves because it will become a state of anarchy. It will become a state of anarchy. But I would prefer kind of a state police. Understand me? I am more comfortable with state police. But the truth is that no system in the world is perfect. Just like we don't have any perfect human being. So no system is perfect. State police is subject to abuse. It can be abused. Governors can use it against their political opponents. But the advantages outweighs the disadvantages. Because one, and let me take Osun State as an example. There's no way somebody from Zamfara, there's no way a policeman from Zamfara and posted to Osun State can police Osun very well, because he doesn't understand the terrain, he doesn't understand the language.
Okay.
He doesn't understand the terrain, the topography. He doesn't understand the language, and people will not even trust him. But if Osun State has a state police, and the members, all the members of the police are recruited from Osun, one, they speak the same language, number one.
Okay.
They know the terrain. And the people of Osun will willingly give them information because they speak the same language, they are their own people. So for this, I feel that the state police will help to curb this madness that we are having in this country. But Tinubu, as a governor, was very much in support of state police.
So what happened?
That's what is known as political law of gravity. That is condemning when you are in the opposition and doing the same thing when you are in power.
Okay.
That's what Tinubu is doing as we speak. Understand? He has become a victim of political law of gravity. Tinubu went to court over restructuring. He went to court that Nigeria must be restructured. He has been campaigning for restructuring. Now, since he came on board, he's no more talking about it. So what these people normally do is to condemn when they are in the opposition, when they are out of power. But when they enter into power, they begin to do all those things that they condemned. When Jonathan removed the subsidy, Tinubu went on protest. He became president, he removed the subsidy. Understand? When Obasanjo declared the state of emergency in Plateau State in 2004, Tinubu protested. When Jonathan declared state of emergency in 2013, Tinubu protested. But the same Tinubu had declared state of emergency. So they condemn when they are in the opposition and do even worse when they are in office.
Let's delve down into some other issues relating to that. You know, I hear there are several informations here, but I would pick this one first. As regards electoral reforms and of course constitutional review ahead of 2027, the Senate is pledging to do all of that, you know, before 2027. Amend, you know, the electoral reform and of course constitutional review. They're planning to bring that to play. Some persons have said, well, it will die like the issue of state police. No one will want to, you know, have anything to do with electoral reform or constitutional review. As far as these guys are there, they are okay with what is happening and they are good to ride on the back of that in 2027.
Well, I'm a realist.
Okay.
Understand? So there's no way you can do what will affect you. Understand me? So those who are in the Senate now, somebody like Akpabio never win an election. Akpabio did not win an election. Or the professor he mandated to rig an election for him is going that to court now. So how do you expect Akpabio to do electoral reform? He cannot do it, because it's going to affect him. How will you expect the presidency to support electoral reform? They will not do it. Because if we have a free, fair, credible election, they will not win. If we have free, fair, credible election, they will not win. So for me, I'm not seeing any genuine electoral reform happening till after 2027. Because one, they know that they have not done well. They have not delivered on their campaign promises. People are not happy. Understand me? So if a nation becomes free and fair, they will fail. Understand? And the main reason why they restored power in 2015 is to get on board. So they will not want to do anything that will remove them from office. So for me, anybody that is banking on electoral reform should forget about it.
And just yesterday, Professor Atahiru Jega called for the amendment of relevant provisions of the Electoral Act 2022 to make electronic transmission of results mandatory in future elections. In his words, he said, electronic transmission of results should be made mandatory, especially for 2027 election.
That's what I'm saying now. People condemn when they are out of office and do the same thing when they are now. So when Jega was INEC chairman, why didn't he push it?
Okay.
he's now out of office. He is now pushing it.
I probably
Why?
seeing clearly now. He's seeing everything, you know.
Because his brain was for me. Nigerians should get together. Understand me? I'm expecting a coalition of Nigerian people, not a coalition of politicians. Understand me? I'm expecting a coalition of Nigerian people. That's what I always talk of my SMPP. Understand me?
Okay.
Sovereign Nigerian People's Party. That is the only party that can remove Tinubu out of office. SNPP, Sovereign Nigerian People's Party. So when Nigerians who are hungry, who are suffering, come together and vote, even if a Sheikh Tinubu is INEC chairman, he cannot rig it. Because a people united can never be defeated. So the coalition that I'm calling is a coalition of Nigerian people, not of politicians. If Nigerians really feel that we shouldn't continue this way, then everybody should go and get his or her PVC ready. And in 2027, let us vote for the best among the worst candidates.
Okay. Just like you mentioned the coalition, Omoyele Sowore, I really don't know where he is right now, what side he is, for the masses, against the masses, or what. I really don't understand. He spoke about the coalition and he said, see, let me tell you, there's nothing like coalition. There is no opposition. There's no coalition. That APC controls everything. APC is in charge.
Well, APC is in charge because we are running a unitary system of government. Understand me? We are running a unitary system of government. So they are really in charge, but they are in charge of the corrupt people, of the people who of those who are afraid. Understand me? APC is in charge of corrupt people. Understand? And people who are afraid. One, those governors that are stealing money. Those politicians that are stealing money. APC can control them. Understand me? Then some first-time governors who want to get their second-term ticket, APC can control them. Understand me? But APC cannot control me, who have no business with government. Understand me? Nobody can accuse me of this and that over government. I can tell them, go to hell and burn to ashes. So Nigerian people who have nothing to do with government should unite. Understand? Because those who EFCC can beam their satellite on are just less than 5%.
So he said he made mention of something. He calls there are some political parties that are there to destroy other political parties. He called them special purpose vehicles, or as he calls them, feeder parties that will go ahead to destroy, whatever any political party is planning, against the APC. Don't you think that these feeder parties or these special, purpose vehicles are already in place working against this coalition?
One, at least I have enumerated reasons why coalition don't work. Number one is the choice of presidential candidates. Understand? Because in a coalition, everybody will want to be presidential candidate. So that's one of the reasons why coalition doesn't work.
Okay.
Number two is traitors and betrayers, which is what Sowore is saying. As coalition is coming, understand, APC is sending their members into those coalition. Understand me? People can just openly command. Today, I'm defecting to PDP. I'm defecting to LP. Their purpose is let them go there and be getting information. Let them go there and be causing a crisis. This is another reason why coalition doesn't work. Number one, choice of a presidential candidate. Number two, betrayers. Those who go in there just to cause a problem. Just as Julius Abure and Nyesom Wike is doing in Labour Party and the PDP.
Okay.
Number three is when bridges have been burned. Understand me? When bridges have been burned, and when bridges are burned, it becomes impossible to work together. An instance, if you know what Erofai said about Tinubu in before 2023 election, so after saying all those things, how can they be in the same party? So I have about 5 reasons why coalition doesn't work. It is not easy, but it is not impossible.
Plateau State Governor recently also said that he has seen other coalition, but this particular one involving Atiku, Obi, and some other bigwigs, we should be careful that this particular coalition might be different from the ones we used to know. Going against what Sowore is saying.
Well, for me, for coalition to work, people should put the interest of the country first, not just their own. Because when you begin to say, I must be the presidential candidate, that it will not work. Understand me? So for coalition to work, people must be prepared to take the back seat. Just understand me? Just naturally, this is me speaking. I prefer being a member of a winning team than a captain of a losing team. That is me. That's my philosophy.
Okay.
I prefer being a member of a winning team than the captain of a losing team. So Sowore is a captain of a losing team. Understand me? There's no way Sowore, Sowore is my very good friend.
I know.
So we have been together for more than 30 years. Understand me? So he prefers being a captain of a losing team, which is very, very wrong. Understand? The main thing, you must not be a captain. But once it is a team that is winning, that's his team spirit. Sowore don't have a team spirit. Sowore don't have a team spirit. Even Chris Okotie, when Chris Okotie came out that he was running for presidency, I told him, excuse me, sir, this thing cannot work. You cannot do it. Understand me? Because
these guys don't have team spirit. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's this ego. I will not step down for anybody. Understand me? I will not step down for anybody. Who is the person that I will step down for?
So in other words, you mean another person? No one else can lead. No separate person can lead AAC as a party, except Sowore. Or do you think it's possible for another person to lead that party?
Sowore will not be willing to step down for anybody in AC. Even in 2027, Sowore will still run as presidential candidate in AC. 2031, he will still run as presidential candidate in AC.
Because he doesn't buy nomination forms or all of this. It's just his own thing, right? Is that what it is?
So for me, it's better to be a member of a winning team than a captain of a losing team. Understand? We should cultivate a team spirit in the country. It must not be me. Understand? The interest of the masses should come first. So that's my take.
Peter Anosike, there's outrage in APC, APC Northeast. The chairman actually endorsed Tinubu without Shetima. no, Shetima is not going anywhere according to the Northeast. And then APC governors in turn, and even NAS caucus wants the retention of Tinubu and Shetima ticket. What's actually going on? Is it the beginning of the downfall of the party, as someone would say, like a friend mentioned to me?
You describe me as a historian, but I don't like that title of a historian.
Okay.
Understand me? People write a history of others. Understand? And so I don't like being a historian or called a historian. I'm a student of history.
Okay.
I'm a student of history.
Okay.
Understand? So being a historian or just like being a commentator.
Okay.
Commenting on the life of others.
Okay.
Why not? Why won't other people comment about you, or why won't others write your own history? Understand? So I'm a student of history.
Okay.
So and my studies in history showed me that Tinubu don't know how to manage number 2. Tinubu does not know how to manage number 2. If you take his 8 years as a governor of Lagos State, he was always having problem with his deputies. Understand me? He's always having problems with his deputies. So it will be a miracle for Shetima to run as a vice presidential candidate in APC. It will be a miracle. So what happened in the Northeast during the endorsement shows that Shetima is already out of the game. Understand? If you see how they were pushing Ganduje up and down like a 5-year-old boy. Understand? So they were wondering what is happening. What is happening? So there's problem in APC. Some want Tinubu Ganduje ticket.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, sure. Some want Shetima Tinubu ticket. Then there are still others who want Shetima to go, because the game that consumed the El-Rufai is still on. I said it about a year ago that the person that will succeed Tinubu will be coming from Northeast. Understand? And they were asking me that to mention names. Understand? I say I will not mention names, but now I want to mention names.
Beautiful.
Nuhu Ribadu and Shetima are the 2 people that have been projected to take over from Tinubu. Understand?
In 2031.
2031.
Okay.
But as we speak, Nuhu Ribadu has an edge. Understand me? Nuhu Ribadu has an edge. And already, Nuhu Ribadu is working with a governor in the Southeast as a vice presidential candidate.
Okay. In Southeast?
In Southeast. And I know the governor too.
The current governor?
Current governor. And this game even started before Tinubu was sworn in May 2023. This arrangement, understand? So this is one of the reasons why El-Rufai was skimmed out. Because they know that El-Rufai is ambitious. Understand? So they want to make him valueless before 2027 and 2031. They know that El-Rufai has eye on the presidency. El-Rufai want to play Tinubu's game. Understand? Okay, what did Tinubu do? Tinubu supported Buhari in 2015. During the 2023, he will come out and run. So El-Rufai was the first person that was saying power must go to the south. power must go to the south. Understand me? It is not that it is coming from good conscience. He had done his mathematics. If power goes to the south, 2031, El-Rufai will come on board. So that was why El-Rufai went to court over this new Naira note. That it is against Tinubu. It's against Tinubu. El-Rufai was not fighting for Tinubu. El-Rufai was fighting for himself. Understand me?
Okay.
He wants to be in Tinubu's cabinet. So 2031, he will run. And those who are watching him say, okay, what we do is to render you valueless now. Understand? So that by 2031, you will be nobody. And that was why El-Rufai was not confirmed. That was why that security report that indicted him came out. Understand me? So everything was just cooked. Understand? If there was a security report against El-Rufai, he would have been going that to court now. Understand me? But they just cooked that thing to remove him from being relevant, to make him an ordinary citizen. So the power game was already on before Tinubu was sworn in.
Okay.
So and that power game is still on. I even predicted that Nuhu Ribadu and Shetima will fight dirty, because it's two of them that are being projected for 2031. Nuhu Ribadu will not want Shetima to outshine him, and Shetima will not want Nuhu Ribadu to outshine him. So this is the game. Shetima has also a VP in his mind, but from the south. And I can also mention the person if I want. So this game has been on, but as we speak, Nuhu Ribadu has an edge over Shetima. Understand? And if Shetima is knocked out by next year, understand me? Because there's a pressure on Tinubu not to run with him. Understand? There's a pressure on Tinubu to use a Christian from the south.
Exactly where I want to come. Does that mean the Muslim Christian ticket doesn't work anymore?
Who has it benefited?
Because the last one was Muslim ticket. And the way it's going, some people still want that thing to continue, even if it's not with Shetima.
Some people want it to continue, but those who are now saying that Tinubu should use a Christian from the north are those that want Shetima to go down. Understand me? So there are a whole lot of permutation going on in Abuja. That's as we speak.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Well, as regards 2027, in case you're just joining us, APC, governors, and of course NAS caucus want retention of Tinubu Shetima ticket. And on the other hand, there was chaos at the meeting of the APC stakeholders in the Northeast, yesterday, after Comrade Mustafa Salihu, National Vice Chairman of the ruling party in the Northeast, failed to mention the name of Vice President Kashim Shetima while endorsing President Bola Tinubu for a second term. And of course, when I saw the footage, I was shocked. The way
Ganduje was being pushed
the way
on like a small boy.
Let's talk to you, Nigerians. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp 081 717 56338. 081 717 56338. Move away from your radio set or turn down the volume before you call me. Just about 60 seconds for everyone because of our time. Okay? Yeah. Might want to say you on the national radio. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. I wanted to ask you, Peter Anosike, these Iran and Israel thing, the consequences of these war, to the entire world. Well, hold on. Let's put that aside for now. Hello, good morning to you. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello. Good morning to you. What's your name? Are you there? Oh, okay. Maybe you call back. Okay. Kindly call back. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. Good morning here.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Can you hear me smoothly?
I can hear you very well.
All right, thank you very much. Peter Anosike, good morning, sir. Thank you. My name is Peter Anosike from Sowore.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for calling. Appreciate you. Hello. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is your legend
All right.
calling from Mission.
Okay.
Mr. Anosike, I agree to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you get one proverb, my people, Mbisi people, they talk for our language. They say, I didn't Nigeria, which means Nigeria has not seen anything yet. Because why? I don't even know the person that is still raising the flag of APC in this country. I don't even know. If I ask, likewise what Governor of Rivers State said before, that he will build a psychiatric hospital in Rivers State. Nigeria needs to build a psychiatric hospital in most of the states in Nigeria, so that some people need to go to psychiatric hospitals because their brain is not working. Some people in Nigeria, their brain is not more working. I cannot see a country that we are buying dollar 1,100 something naira. Even to power my office now is as hard as anything I can think of. I can't even manage my small business the way I used to manage it before. I cannot even use fuel of 10,000 naira now to run my office for a day, which is a fuel something I use 2,000 something, even 1,800 naira to run before. And somebody is still telling me that Tinubu is coming back in 2027. Nigeria needs to go for psychiatric hospital. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Good morning here. Okay, this person is saying, good morning. My name is Chuku from Songo. We don't have leaders in this country. Every killing and the president, every day killing and the president is not doing anything about it. I pity the country. Every state should protect itself. Okay. Good morning here. Good morning. Okay. Good morning. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hello. Good morning. Uh-oh. Your network. I think you should call back. Okay. Sorry. Good morning to you. On Benue state crisis, there is something in that state that I don't understand, because when Samuel Otom was there, the same thing happened. Mass killings, with Reverend Father, as governor, same killing going on. And the governor claimed it is Abuja-based politician and also blame religious leaders. Where is David Mark and other leaders from the state? Because for now, Southern Kaduna have peace. This Benue state crisis must be looking into by the leaders of the state. From Additional Wasiu, who is sending that from Ikorodu. Okay, thank you, Additional. As long as the government is reluctant to punish people for crime perpetrated irrespective of status or whatever, we are yet to get to the end of these unwarranted killings or criminal tendencies in Nigeria. It is a roller coaster. I think Nigeria is jinxed. Tunde from Magboro. And saying, I thought, or did I hear the NSA said Nigeria is safe and the President Tinubu had secured the country? Tunde, thank you so much, Tunde. Thank you so much. I will take some other messages now, and I'll still take your calls. So, hello. Let me read this one first, please. I would like to ask: is it not possible for the people of Benue and Plateau State to recall back all their representatives from the National Assembly so that they can come and face the same situation? Why has the president not declared a state of emergency? Timitoko Onatoye from Ijagemo community. Thank you so much. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Mr. Timothy from Olodia Papa.
Okay.
Please, I want to say good afternoon to the great analyst here.
Thank
Please,
you.
my this morning is about one Tunde that used to call to attack all the analysis you used to bring in the studio. Last week, he called and was attacking Barrister Darlington. We, the listeners of this program, are not happy to see somebody calling to attack all the analysts. Please, you try to, especially that Tunde in particular, whenever he calls to attack all the analysts, please, you don't waste time to cut his call. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Nigerians are planning to remove present government. I have not seen the removal unless the judiciary, INEC, is looked into. The youths wake up. Mr. Babo is sending that message. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Okay.
Because we, the youth, we are going to wake up, and that's a very big message.
Thank you.
Let them not pick up for granted.
It's okay. Thank you. Appreciate your call. Thank you. Peter Anosike, before you go, like I was saying, these fights between Iran and Israel, this conflict, Trump on his own is warning Iran not to attack. But I just want to find out the negative effect of this war, so to speak. Yeah. Can you talk to us about it?
Once there's a tension in the Middle East, price of crude oil goes up. Understand? And once the price of crude oil goes up, inflation follows, which means it is an ill wind that knows nobody any good. That's number one. Then number two, the number of people that are dying on a daily basis. These are avoidable deaths. So for me, it doesn't make sense. Then the infrastructure that are being destroyed. Now, if you take Gaza, $5 billion cannot do anything there. Understand? So the pain or the panic, and again, many young people are now becoming orphans because of all these fights. But I strongly believe that Iran must not be allowed to have a nuclear weapon.
Iran must not be allowed.
I don't want to even never be allowed that, because the world will not be safe if Iran develops nuclear energy.
But they're not the first to have nuclear weapons.
No. Now, it depends on the mentality of the people. That's why I say in U.S., if you walk into a shop that you buy a gun, there will be a lot of examinations. Your mental state, your maturity, your temperance, everything will be taken into account before they sell a gun to you.
Okay.
So those other countries that have nuclear weapons, their maturity is different from that of Iran. Iran is sponsoring terrorist organizations all over. Understand me? Hezbollah, this Houthi, even so everywhere. Okay. Iran is a terrorist country, so it shouldn't be in the interest of the world for them to have a nuclear weapon. So I want that their nuclear weapons where it is, because they say it is 18 feet below a mountain. So I want it to be destroyed. That's my take.
You want it to be destroyed?
I want it to be destroyed. Iran must never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon, because they are breeding terrorists everywhere. Understand me? Hezbollah, Houthi, these people that attacked Israel, that's in October 7.
Okay.
That caused this war in. It is also Iran. So for me, Iran shouldn't be given a breathing space at all. I'm only having sympathy for the innocent Iranians that are dying in this war. But for the leaders, they should all go.
The leadership